Oh, welcome everyone to the Renegade Realm podcast. I am your host, Red Wolf. This is episode 25, and man, I hope everything sounds great. I know that I'm gonna have to adjust some things here with our faces. Let me just do that real quick. There we go. Hey, look, we did it. 2 weeks gone, and we're back. We're back at it. And DeMarco literally just sat down. He said that he flew in from work, so parachuting is very dangerous in the area that he lives. Lots of pointy things that he could fall on. But I'm really excited to be back, and thank you everyone. And I don't think there's anyone in chat, but hey, I hope you guys can hear me. Let me listen to the replay just to make sure everything sounds good. Oh, the replay is lagging. Perfect. This is great. This is good podcasting. Only been doing it for half a year. And it's perfect. I love it. Well, it's not going to tell me. Anyway, DeMarco, welcome. How have you been? Busy, obviously. Lots of parachuting.
Lots of parachuting lately. There's also been some wingsuiting has been going on as well. Because anything that generally involves falling from the sky. I was practicing for my audition for the Mission Impossible movie to replace Tom Cruise, but turns out he's still doing them. So I couldn't get that role. And also they said that I was too Italian, which was offensive.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Too tall. They said. They said you got to be 5'5". Not 5'6". No, I'm just kidding. I know you're not short. But shout out to Night Eternal, welcome, buddy. And Assassin, I got you down in the bottom there, and I can't do anything about that. But how are you? What have you been playing, man? What do you play? You playing something right now?
Nope.
You lying?
Swear to God, I'm not playing it. I'm not lying. No.
All
Okay,
right.
so the thing is, it's saying I'm playing a game, but I literally got out of it. I didn't close it out. I didn't save. I just went back to the main menu so I could make sure I can hear you guys, and it's still saying I'm playing it. So I don't know what's going on there. But
Well, I believe
yeah,
it.
It's
Yeah,
called
thank you very
lying.
much.
It's fine. Don't worry.
The Lion King. That's what he's playing.
It's just called lying. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So
Yeah,
are you
I'm
Final Fantasy and
No, I have not finished Final Fantasy 16, but I'm going to this week. At least I'm going to finish the main story. But man, I'm loving it. Still loving it like I was 2 weeks ago.
That's fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. And DeMarco, I'm sorry, I didn't even ask you. What have you been playing?
Who has time for Actually, I've been playing one thing. I genuinely haven't had time to play games on my computer lately, which is where I prefer to do it. But I will say, there's one game that I've really gotten into. It is, and people can, what is it?
Is it BattleBit remastered?
I've been doing a little bit of that, but not lately.
Okay.
No, not lately. I've actually been playing Harry Potter I think that's Magic Awakened, the new Harry Potter mobile game. And let me just tell you, people are gonna go, mobile games? Yes, it's legitimately not bad. Like, it's surprisingly good. It's this kind of dueling, there's a lot to it. Like, you go around Hogwarts, you take classes, you're sorted into your house, you get your wand, there's a story in it, which is not very good, but it's there.
Okay.
You have, like, you get to see, it takes place after the Harry Potter series. I don't want to go on about this for too long, but, like, so you get to see, like, Neville Longbottom's the herbology professor. It's like, oh, it's kind of cool. Like, all right, neat. And then it's like this card dueler. So you have mana that fills up, and then each spell costs a certain amount of mana, and you gotta play it. And they have 1v1 or 2v2, and it's genuinely not. It's not like the greatest thing I've ever played, but it's pretty good.
Hey man, you like what you like, you know? You like what you like, you get what you get, and you get what you pay for. And in this case, it was
I paid
ABK.
nothing.
They paid for something, and including
They did.
King, mobile game publisher. So we'll talk about all that and more. Also, Mac will be joining us. He's also flying in from work.
Yeah,
But
he
he'll be
was
on a tractor.
actually in the parachute next to me, and I don't know where he went.
Oh,
I lost him on the way down.
Interesting.
He went a bit
Sketchy.
faster than me.
Okay.
He probably landed in the Whomping Willow.
You're gonna have to, okay. What the hell are you talking about? You're gonna have to describe that.
Bro,
He was making a Harry Potter reference.
Harry Potter reference, bro. Remember
The
the tree that gets stuck in the second movie?
All right, let's put it in Mass Effect terms. He fell into the Thorian. You understand that one?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There you go.
That's scary.
And he
That is
calls
scary.
himself a nerd.
Well, I wasn't that into. I like Harry Potter. Like I like it. You know, I'm not like. Oh, you know, I'm not like super duper Harry man, or Potter man. Anyway, look, it's time. It's time to do this. So let's see here. We got a couple things. So today, you know what? Well, yeah, let's start off fun. Let's start off fun stuff. And if anyone can grab timestamps, that'd be amazing.
Oh, my notepad's out of
amazing. Just like cut yourself and write with blood or something.
Okay.
You see, like your whole screen goes red. I love your headset came off. All right, so I'm a bit late to this, but Red Dead Redemption Remake, or Red Dead Remake, or Red Dead Redemption Remaster Remake. It got leaked. I don't know if that's it got leaked. Okay. And by none other than the South Korean ratings board, and they said, "Oh, what was it? I think it just said Red Dead Redemption, right? It didn't even say remaster, right? Someone correct me."
It didn't say remaster or remake. It just said Red Dead Redemption, just like the first game. The only reason why it got a lot of traction is because the coding, or like, they have a certain system to where it shows upcoming releases, and this one had an upcoming release code. I think that's what it's called, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not a re-release per se. It's a new product.
Right. So,
God, I hope it's not a mobile game.
oh god.
Oh, so it might not even be a remake? It might
Well,
be
so
something else
that's
entirely?
That's what we're going to talk about, because I 100% am saying this is a remake. It is not a remaster. And I'm saying that because this has been around for years. I mean, this was, oh my god. I mean, this was around. So Red Dead 2 came out 2018. This was at least like a year and a half, almost 2 years after the game came out, that people started pulling files on the PC version of voice lines of certain characters, no spoilers, from Red Dead Redemption 1, and certain characters that you actually play as, and they're fully they're fully there, like full on. You can antagonize and greet people whenever you're walking up to them, to NPCs. They got into the files of the game, and there were lines of totally different characters, again from Red Dead 1 that you play as, that are greets and antagonizing and just sort of like banter with the world around you. So that's been around for a very long time. Now, everyone always wondered why so much of Red Dead Redemption's map, essentially with New Mexico being in Red Dead Redemption 2, makes a lot of sense if they were to build off of the Red Dead Redemption 2 Rage engine. What version of the Rage engine is it? Is it just the Rage engine 2? Assassin, do you know?
No, I never really paid attention to Rockstar's engine. This is actually the first time I'm learning what their engine is named.
That's
it's called the
actually
Rage
true.
engine?
I've never actually knew. I thought they used an existing engine as well. I say exist. Of course, it's existing, but
It's not really.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played a Rockstar game. I don't know why. For some reason, I thought they were
because they
being
don't release
Unreal.
them.
Yeah, they never. Yeah, exactly. It's a fair point.
I mean, I mean, the only thing I can really contribute to this conversation is basically like it makes sense to do the remaster because if they're going to be sitting on Red Dead as long as they've been sitting on GTA, and then all the Red Dead guys are going to be like, wait as long as they possibly can for this thing. I get it. Although, you know why? Because they got it. It doesn't make that GTA money. You got to buy them shark cards. You don't have shark cards in Red Dead Online.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, why it doesn't make that much money is because GTA is a long-established franchise with at least 6, 7, 8 games in that franchise. Red Dead only has 2, 3 if you count the very first one, Revolver, and that wasn't really a Rockstar game. That was Capcom.
Where's
until
Bully
they sold
2?
off the franchise.
Where's my Bully remaster?
I don't know.
I don't need a Red Dead.
Bully's
that
only
game's,
got 1.
That game's Red Dead 1 still looks good. It still plays fine. I haven't done it in a long time, but there's nothing wrong with that. I don't need. Although I'm not. That's not to say I wouldn't buy it if it came out remastered. I would, because
Well,
Red Dead 2 is just like.
Since I didn't play the first one, I would too. Honestly.
It's that meme of the what is it, the WWE guy where it's like playing Red Dead 1, playing Red Dead 2, playing Red Dead 1 remastered. And he's like
Yeah, well, it's funny. So, there was a codename project by Rockstar. It was codenamed Jack's Back. Something. It was Jack's Back or something along those lines. If someone in chat can help me, I don't know. But that was apparently Bully 2 in early development, and as far as we know, it's canceled. I think internally years ago it was canceled because it was very difficult. It was supposed to take place in college, and it was very difficult to make a game in today's political climate like Bully again, and they decided this is not going to fly. In my opinion, I think if anyone's going to get away with it, it's going to be Rockstar. But I'm with you. I would love to see a Bully remake or whatever.
They try to course correct too much, and you end up with the new Saints Row because everyone's still talking about the new Saints Row.
Everyone, still to this day, right now, there's a Saints Row podcast going on right now. Fuck this podcast, get away from it. Everyone's talking about it. Let's go. But hey, so
yeah, literally,
so,
yeah.
Then you get the doo doo. You get the doo doo.
No, what I was gonna say is I agree with you guys. It seems like Rockstar, and I'm gonna throw in From Software into this conversation. Those two are literally the last two studios line of defense for this industry of staying out or just not caring about the socio-political climate of this industry. Like they don't give a fuck about being diverse or holding back in terms of the things that they put in their games. They just don't care. And because of that, we get great games like Red Dead 2 and Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I just hope they keep to that.
Yeah. Looks like the stream is way behind again, so no idea why that's still happening, and fuck my life. But hey, there's not too many people in chat yet, so... but yeah, so Red Dead Remake, the reason that this has to be... So back to the leaks, Red Dead Redemption 1 had a ton of files on the PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 that are straight from, if not just brand new, voice lines of original actors from Red Dead 1 into the files of Red Dead 2. If that makes sense. Does that make any sense? Yes, I hope so. But the thing is, I can't imagine just an up-res version of what Red Dead Redemption 1 is, and them saying and give us $40 for it. I mean, people would play it again. I'm not saying that,
60.
but I think people. You think 60 for just a remaster?
70
just an HD remaster?
60 years. I think they'd go Naughty Dog route. They'd like Last of Us Part 1, which already had a remaster. They charged $70 for, and people bought it. And they
Is that
bought
what we're
it.
calling it now? The Naughty Dog way?
The Naughty Dog. It was. Listen, that was a scummy thing to do. I love Naughty Dog games, but that was a dirty thing to do. Like, you look at, for example, Skyrim Legendary Edition, as much as Skyrim re-releases is meme to death, Skyrim Legendary Edition, I think there was tangible value because of everything new it added. Last of Us Part 1, now you had a lot of stuff that went into that. I'm not going to play down how much better it does look from even the remaster, but that was a dirty move. That was a dirty move. And so I think Rockstar would do something similar. Maybe not 70 Assassin, but 60. I
do agree.
Any problem with 60.
I do agree. What Naughty Dog did was pretty terrible. I just don't really agree with people that say, "Oh, Sony's the one that started this $70 conversation."
Oh, that's not what I'm saying.
Point out it was literally not them. It was 2K that started it. But after Sony started doing it, everybody started doing it. Which I will give some credit. Yeah. That's why everybody jokes that when Horizon Zero Dawn Remake comes out, it's going to be 70, and all of us are going to be pondering why. Why are you giving us this game again, but for $10 more? When there's no real reason? Yeah, it's the same with Red Dead Remake. This is not a remaster. This is a remake, Red, by the way. Well, we did get confirmation from insiders. It is a remake. It's not a remaster. So
who's the insider? I'm the insider. I'm saying it's a remake. I said it first.
What do you define not like your definition of a remake versus a remaster? Because I'll start. A remake to me is when you're adding in new stuff. Like, for example, Last of Us Part 1, I think they called it a remake. That's not a remake. There wasn't any new content in that. It's not a remake. Dead Space, which had new things and completely overhauled sections and changed parts of the game and improved it.
Right.
That's a remake. But
Resident
if you
Evil
just
4,
yes,
Resident Evil 4, those are remakes.
Perfect examples. Yes.
2, 3, and 4. Final Fantasy 7.
But to me, if Rockstar, excuse me, if Rockstar is gonna come in and they're just gonna be like, look, it looks like Red Dead Redemption 2, and you guys all loved Red Dead Redemption 2, you're gonna buy it, right? And we'll all go, yes, please, Daddy Rockstar. No, that's not a. Can I have some more? That's not a remake. They'll call it a remaster, or I'm sorry,
Right.
they'll call it a remake, but it's not.
We are on the same page. Yes.
Okay.
I 100%, 1000% agree with you. That is what a remake is. What this game is going to be, I'm saying it right now, it is going to be Red Dead Redemption 1 in the Red Dead Redemption 2 engine. It's going to be just that. And that's literally what people wanted. People were like, "Oh," because again, I know it's a 5-year-old game now, which is crazy to say. But no spoilers for Red Dead Redemption 1 or 2, but I don't really know what else to say. No spoilers, but there are things that happen in the first and the second game that could be changed a lot. Now, I will say that I'm a huge fan. Red Dead, it's in my namesake. Red in my name comes from Red Dead 2. That's just a game had such a profound impact on me, just in every way. As a gamer, emotionally, I just could go on and on. But so, Gray Monaz is $70. He thinks that's funny. Night Eternal says, if a game had DLCs and a remaster includes all the DLCs, then I don't mind a higher price. Okay, so like a collection, I can see that. Yeah, I can.
But
see
a collection is still. Listen, those I think that's a very modern gamer mindset, because a collection you're still getting, assuming it's let's say, I'll look at the Arkham franchise. And they come out with the Arkham trilogy, and they're like, you're getting the first game, the second game, and the third game, because for some reason, screw Origins, which isn't fair.
Right.
Rocksteady, it's not fair.
It's really not. I love Origins.
Yeah, but you're getting this bundle of these 3 games, some of which are older, some of which haven't been touched. Like, for example, Arkham Knight, if that's in a bundle, that hasn't been touched, and it's going to be the more recent release. It should still be at a discount, $40. Now that's 3 games. So you're thinking, okay, well, if you do $20 per game, that's pretty good. That's a good deal, right? Even if they made it $60. But I would say, well, if I could buy before, because this has happened. This has happened where before the bundle comes out, and I'm just using Arkham Origin or Arkham games as an example, but Arkham Asylum would have been like $5. And now the remaster or now the bundle's out and you go to buy it and now suddenly it's $20 everywhere. And you go, that's something weird's going on here. Like that's not what it was a week ago. But that's what happens with these bundles. So the games lose their value over time. Doesn't correct.
Right. Very well said. Yeah, the collectors. I mean, that is how they get you. Go, wow, all this DLC and everything for $40, and then what they're hoping for is that the quantity of is going to overpower the lower price point. So more people are going to buy this, and it's going to outweigh the lower price point. But so with Red Dead Redemption 1 being remade in the RDR2 engine, I would definitely hope for more things to be actually fundamentally changed about the tone of the game. We're looking at an era in 2010 where Rockstar has always been known for their very the humor is just it's there. It's always been there. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the most serious game they've ever made by a long. But Red Dead Redemption 1 had a ton of silliness, and I'm hoping that they would actually fundamentally change a lot of that with a remake. And Assassin, you played Red Dead 1, haven't you?
No, I just said if it comes out and it's an actual substantiated remake to where they change enough, and see the thing is with games I don't have any relationship to, I look towards the community and their reactions and what their opinions are. That way I can make an informed decision whether I should get into it or not. If this game comes out and it keeps the soul of the original game while introducing new things and new stuff that wasn't in the first game, then yeah, I'll get it. Just whether it's 60 or 70, it's a game that I've always wanted to try, and I'll definitely get it. But if it's literally just a reskin with some up and up polish and a 60 frames per second update, then no, I'm more inclined to just get the original as it is on my Xbox and just play it that way. Like, I don't know. What are the chances that this is actually a bundle? Like, bundling 1 and 2? Just, like, giving a 60 frames per second patch with 2? Bundling the first game and the Undead Nightmare DLC? And upping the graphics and such? Adding some new content?
I mean,
would that warrant 60 or 70?
No. Well, that's the thing. This is what I'm getting at. I think a Red Dead 1 remake alone is a $70 game, hands down, with everything in that game already, and then on top of the fundamental changes that they can make to the world, to the interaction, to the tone, to the missions, to everything about it, because a lot of it is very arcadey. It's not to downplay anything with Red Dead Redemption 1, but it is. There is a lot of it there that is just not. It's just old school Rockstar, which again isn't a bad thing. But when you hold those two games beside each other, and people go, now that I've gotten Red Dead 2, I can't wait to go back to Red Dead 1 with those nostalgia glasses on, and then you go back to it and you're like, it's good. It is just as good as I remember, but I don't know. So yes, that's why I'm saying this will be a full-on remake, and I don't think it's going to come with Undead Nightmare or anything else other than the fact that it's a full-on remake, and they're going to advertise it as such. Look at this. This is what it used to look like. Do that nice, you know how they do like the swipe and like show you like the new world, what it looks like now.
The comparison shots.
Yeah, and they're going to do that and say it's a full-blown remake, and it'll be $60, $60, $70. And then they could potentially have an Undead Nightmare remade, and then charge $25, $30 or whatever for that. I could totally see that happening. And MacBound, are you there? You want to talk?
I am fine.
There you are.
Finally here.
Welcome, MacBound is here.
I'm not gonna do my camera. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready because I didn't know I was gonna work today so late. I thought I had about 2 hours to fix it and get it all set up, but unfortunately I can't. I do want to throw a little insight with that Red Dead You don't think there's going to be the DLC with it, or you think it's going to be everything? That's what I want. I want to make sure that.
No, I do not
You think-
think that. I don't think Undead Nightmare is going to be with the remake. I think they're going to sell that separately afterwards.
No, I think they'll do it all together.
Oh,
and
then
charge
that's
7.
even scummier than what.
Yeah,
that-
I think
yeah,
they'll. I
you
think
go,
they'll
Mac.
do all of it together. I think they'll do it all together, and then they'll charge 70 for it. Now, if they don't have the DLC with it, then we're going $40, $50 range. But Red Dead Redemption 1 is by far one of the best.
Sorry about that, everyone. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I'm trying to fix it. And so you just got me right now. Which means everyone's going to leave very, very shortly. So I don't know if I got hacked or what's going on. But let me just see if I can... well, I guess I'm already blown up, aren't I? Perfect. This is great. This is great. Hey, look, if you're here and you're liking it, hit the like button if you're liking it. Let me end this poll here. It looks like everyone thinks 60 ducks. 60 ducks is good for Red Dead Redemption. Let's see. Probably showing everyone everything that I shouldn't be showing them. Let me see what's going on here in chat. Okay. So now we just got to get the rest of the guys in here. I might have pooped out altogether. The whole ding dang show. There we go. Okay, now we just need to get... thank you all for being here, by the way. And I don't know if there's any new subs. If you're a new sub and you're listening to this, let me know. Let me know in chat. Let me see you. Let me see you make a little weird emoji or something. Okay. Let me see. See if we can get MacBound back. Right. Chat, what have you guys been playing? Tell me what you guys been playing. Okay. I'm going to exit out of this. Okay. Yeah, my server's bugged. Not really sure why or how. Server's bugged. Server's bugged entirely. DeMarco, I've restarted it about 20 times, literally. And there's this little icon over here. Right there, if you can see it. And this is what it looks like. This is literally what it looks like whenever I join the Discord server. Everything is fucked, which is so good. And I'm not even mad at all. Oh man, I am mad. Oh, so good, so good. Yeah, let me try this again. I'll be right back, chat. I'm so sorry.
Red, why'd you make a whole new server?
I didn't. Chat, thank you all for sticking around with us, and now I'm actually mad. Man, really fucked up shit that just happened. I swear to God, like I'm like hacked or some shit. I'm not even fucking kidding. My whole server is like fucked. So
Yeah.
anyway,
It's weird. Yeah, the server went to shit.
yeah. So whoever is still here, thank you so much, and I'm really sorry. I don't even know if I'll be able to edit that for the replay or what, because that was totally screwed up. But I apologize. So anyway, Red Dead 1, right? Am I right? Woo.
Yeah.
Let's go on. No, we're done. We're done with Red Dead. That's what caused all this.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
I just say, I'm gonna buy it. It's gonna be $70. They're gonna have all the DLC. The game's gonna be amazing. Cannot wait. I hope it's 60 frames. Let's go.
Great.
All right.
Let's go.
FGC, motherfuckers. Okay.
Starfield
All right. So
or FTC
Yeah.
Starfield. Yeah, let's get into this. And
or Black Panther.
Ooh,
No,
I love that.
let's get into Starfield, Marco, because I think you can kick this off because you and I have talked about this behind the scenes, and I think we have similar thoughts. So let's get into this.
Yeah, I could headline this one. So, couple leaks going. Look, couple of screenshotty, couple little hints, tidbits, tads, wads, whatever you want to call them, going around in relation to Starfield. Nothing major, but there is some gameplay footage that has gotten out, that has leaked. Chat wants you to show yourself, Mac. So some images have leaked. Those have gotten publicly circulated. It showed basically nothing. And then there's also some footage that's there as well that's going around. And that has not so far really been leaked. It's gone to a lot of content creators, but somewhat unanimously actually, content creators kind of took a stand. They said, I'm not sharing this. I'm not sharing this, which I give kudos to them. But some people are saying it's kind of gotten out there that some people are saying it's really because it's so widespread that it's a matter of if, not when, these leaks come out. And my personal take on it is, you've already got so much footage with the Starfield Direct. You got so much stuff that came out about it. You really need to watch some crappy guys leaks recorded footage of some random thing that's going to spoil the game, because allegedly there's some like story spoilers in there as far as the main quest goes. So if you're going to do that when the game's 2 months away and you just had 40 minutes of footage from the Starfield Direct, you might get more coming soon from something like Gamescom. It seems a bit foolish to me, but they are out there, so do beware.
Did Red die?
Probably have to go to the bathroom.
He went to the bathroom.
Yeah, he has to go to the bathroom every show, at least 3 times a show.
That dude just needs a pee bucket right under.
He needs a just put a.
Just zip it open, go right behind the camera, and just go whiz.
I don't know
Just
if
do
I
his
want to
business.
see that. I don't know if I want to see that face though, when you just know and he's just blankly staring to the camera, just like.
Yes, I was peeing
Oh,
out
this-
my
I'm
anger.
not
my
doing
rage.
anything.
Look how red my face is. I'm literally becoming the Red Wolf. Oh God, kumbaya, my love. Okay, so we're back, and I feel better after I peed. Man, it was like a fiery pee that I probably should get checked out. No, kidding. But yeah. So I don't even know if I really want. It's screenshots of Starfield. Okay, we've seen it before. There's nothing really exciting about it, and to DeMarco's point, I don't really know why this person thought this would be fun to do, other than clout. For some reason, and I'm not even gonna say their name because, screw them. Kind of what the hell's going on? Oh, yep, something's happening. Oh, I think Mac's coming on screen. Great. So I'll adjust to the video again. There we go. Perfect. All right. So, Truly's in chat. Truly, you welcome, and you're just here because you feel guilted. That's fine. That's how I talk to my audience. I just talk to them like shit. Sorry. Now I'm all mad and pissy, and everything's pissy. So, yeah. So, did you guys see the screenshots? And if you did, don't say what they are.
There was nothing to see. Even if you say what they are, it was like a screenshot of the dirt.
Everything that is in those leaks, we saw it 1,000 times over in the direct. So
And better. So it was kind of silly.
yeah, it didn't make any sense. And like the breakdowns that we saw of it were like, yeah, and here's the compass, and you can see here that you're in this city. It's like, yep, that's what it is.
Someone's being a real silly goose. So someone out there is being a big
goofball.
old silly, big old goofball, big old silly goose.
Silly goose out there, being crazy out there. So, do we even want to talk about this? I mean, Starfield got leaked again for no reason. It's silly, it's dumb, it's harmful to companies. I said it on Lorefield's most recent episode that's coming up soon, so check it out. That the developers, Todd Howard was very open about when they got the Lone Survivor leaked and Fallout. They were like devastated. Their whole company was like really, really upset.
Hey,
there he
Really
is.
bright. I haven't messed with it, so it's like really.
You
really
are
bright.
white as hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune it down a little bit here. Greg, keep
Nice.
talking.
Oh, look, now he's cropped. I love it. See, I went because I got a new camera, so my
So I fixed.
camera doesn't
I did
do
a
that
little
anymore.
bit of, see, even my hair is messed up.
yeah, I
So I did a
love your
little bit of
background.
stuff over the weekend.
Ugh,
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on here. So
love it.
I've been, Red knows that I've been doing a lot of stuff over the last couple of weeks. I've talked to Red literally numerously. Probably the last 2 weeks, I've probably talked to him every day, at least for a half an hour almost every day.
I've been very
And
active.
Yeah, very back and forth here, and I mean, as you see, my background looks a little bit different than the last time. I'm gonna switch my camera over here in a second, my screen over to my main screen, so it's just opposite. Because like I said, I wasn't ready. I just got home. I'm running late, but I didn't get to see the Starfield thing, so you're gonna have to send this to me, DeMarco, because I didn't get to see those yet. So
I'm gonna tell you,
I don't have them.
I don't have them either,
Yeah.
and it's literally you've seen it before. You're gonna look at it and go, why? Why is this significant?
Why? Yeah, it's a waste of time.
Yeah,
I haven't been sent them. I don't want to be sent them, and even if I do get sent them, I'm not really looking at them because, I know some folks who have got them, but I didn't even bother asking. They didn't even bother sending. Like nobody wants this around. Nobody I've talked to wants this genuinely around, except for, of course, some folks on Reddit who are like, I got the leaks, and they spread it around a bunch or a little. But as far as I know, the video footage isn't really out there yet. It's kind of behind closed doors, and because no one's sharing it, which is a good thing. I'm happy that the community turned around and said no to this one. It was good. It's like bad dog. No. You go back in your corner, you dirty leaker. Like, you go back. Shut up.
You dirty little
Shut
leaker.
up. You dirty leaker.
Leaking all over the place. All right. Assassin, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Perfect. Oh, okay, good. And Mac just went
Hello.
into the darkness.
well, that didn't work. See, that's what I said. I don't have my light hooked up, so you're good.
What are you, Assassin? What's your opinions on leaks? Do you like them?
I think if I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent on them.
Oh, okay, that's a good word.
Like
to
if
use to
if
say.
there's a leak and it shows a game in a bad state, then yeah, I think that's okay because it lets us know that, hey, maybe this game isn't all it's meant to be. But if you're just leaking just for clout, then yeah, that's not a good reason to leak at all. I mean, to be honest, there's not really a good reason to leak anything. But I don't know. It just depends on the situation behind them.
I
Yeah,
will say
9%.
one thing I thought was actually, in terms of like good leaks or bad leaks, one thing I genuinely thought was like not the worst thing in the world was, remember Fallout 76, and it was Jason Schreier. He came out and he's like, hey, this is a multiplayer game. Before they revealed it was a multiplayer game, because it was like they were already accepting pre-orders. I think pre-orders had gone live. It was before the event, and he said, hey, this is a multiplayer only game, and it's a Fallout game, so don't, the pre-orders are up, but maybe wait a bit. And he said he was doing that to protect the consumer. Now, again, it kind of spoils Bethesda's moment a bit there, but I that kind of information seems important to me that they reveal before they start taking folks' money of the game. So that's an instance where I go, okay, it kind of actually helped out a little bit, even though Bethesda might not like me saying that, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, it sort of gave you like a okay, this is gonna be different. If this is true, I'm interested to see, because I remember seeing that reveal, and I was like, this just feels different. Like, this is different. Like, even whenever it was revealed to be actually a Fallout game, I was like, this is different. Like, I don't feel like that BGS thick, veiny, BGS-ness that they usually let slap down on the table, and you're like, oh shit, this is real. And yeah, and then it came
Why
out
did you
as a
say
multiplayer
veiny?
game.
That's what I want to know. Why did you say veiny? And that's
I was thinking about mining the ore veins in the gold ore veins, Skyrim.
okay. I was want to clarify. Okay, I just was.
It's just
confused on
inside
that.
stuff, you know what I mean? It's an inside joke. What were we talking about?
No, that's about it for the leaks, I think.
That's about it for the leaks. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Sorry, the stream going down. It's got to happen at least once or 10 times, right, in a podcaster's lifetime. So it's got me all fucked up. So DeMarco, you had a thing that you wanted to talk about, and it is that it's been said that the Last of Us 2 budget, $220 million budget, wasn't it? That they are saying is not sustainable for the future of these AAA titles. You can go more in depth on that, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this, because games are getting more and more expensive, and the development time is getting way, way longer. 5 to 6 years is what we're looking at nowadays in between titles, unfortunately. But so what's your take on this, and who said it? Was it Neil Druckmann himself?
No. I don't have the story actively in front of me, but the basic premise and the major takeaway from any of it is kind of what you already highlighted, Red, right? So game development's taking a long time. Budgets are expensive. These big AAA games, right? And it sort of plays to, people complain all the time. They're like, well, why is every Ubisoft game the same? Why when I play Far Cry do I feel like I'm playing this other game, then I feel like I'm playing this other game, and they all just kind of feel the Ubisoft formula. And it's because developers need to play it safe, because they know what certain audiences like, and they know how much these games cost to make, and they say, okay, we do this, we follow this formula, we'll be able to get X amount of return on it. Fact of the matter is, it's not really what people want. That's why indie studios are growing so much, and that's why we're seeing the rise. I mean, when did we? How many comparatively speaking? And I know nobody's probably going to have the answer to this, but how many AA games have we gotten in the past, 3 to 5 years versus 7 to 10 years ago? It just doesn't happen as much.
Right.
I can roughly think of 4 off the top of my head. Like both the Plague Tale games, I would argue, are AA. High on Life, I would say, is another. And I think maybe Hollow Knight would be the 4th one, but yeah, I get your point.
There's Hi-Fi Rush. It was made by a AAA studio, but it was a AA game. It was done on a smaller AA budget.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Then 5, yeah, including Hi-Fi Rush.
And was it Forspoken? I believe. No, not Forspoken. Not at all Forspoken. It took place in like a fantasy version of France. It is getting a sequel. You play as a swordsman. It has a soul-style combat system.
Lords of the Fallen?
No, not
Lies of P.
Greedfall,
yes.
Greedfall. That's a AA game. So
Really, that's a AA game? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm very surprised. That's a very good looking game.
Would you guys say Evil West was a AA?
Yes, I would say it's a AA. I would say it's a
Oh,
AA.
Evil West. I was thinking Weird West. I was like,
Yeah, 'cause
Weird West.
You have
is a
Evil
single
West,
game.
Evil Dead, and Weird West.
and then you
Yeah,
have,
because the
and
thing
you have
is,
Old West.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go, Red.
Well, I was gonna say that that yes, Evil West is a double A game. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Go, please, somebody speak.
You're
other than me.
fizzbuggled. You're fizzbuggled.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's why you're seeing the rise, and that's why a studio like Ascendant, who's making Immortals of Avium, I firmly believe that's why they pop up, because you're getting these guys from Call of Duty, from Dead Space, from all these other industries that are God of War. I think people came in on it, that are coming because they don't want to be part of these massive projects that take 6 years to make. They're like, we could put out a game in 3 years, and I think that's the right thing to do, because and feel free to disagree with me, that's totally fine, but I don't think we need 100+ hour games. I really don't. I think that, and this is coming not just from the perspective, it is biased because I'm from the perspective of someone, I can't spend 100 hours in a game anymore. I can't. I have responsibilities. Years ago I could have, but not anymore. And so I think that a nice, tightly done 40 to 60 hour experience, if it means we could have a 3-year development cycle, that's fine to me. That's fine to me. And then if you do something like when Fallout, that's the other thing too, is these games, you look at something like what Todd Howard is saying with Starfield. Well, it needs to last for 10, players got to play it for 10 years. No, because that's not what you said when you made Skyrim, but people are still playing it. Not because you said we need this 1,000 hour game. That wasn't the intention behind developing it. That's just the result of making a good product. And so I think that mentality is a little bit dangerous too, that we have to make this 100-hour, this 60+ hour game. I think that's a dangerous mentality to get into.
Yeah, and to your point about developers playing it safe, I mean, the thing is, to be brutally honest, I love all Ubisoft game. I'm guilty. I'm guilty as charged. I just do. I play all of them. I love all of them. Yes, do some of them feel samey? I think some of them I've fallen off of. Like, honestly, I've fallen off of Far Cry. I want to see something new and different. Far Cry 6 was like my least favorite one, and I don't know. That was
my favorite one in the last since 3. I would say is my favorite one since 3. I
like 5.
I did not like 5. I hated.
Well,
5.
so we're completely opposite. 5 was my favorite,
so.
And then 6 came out, and I was like, are they seriously not going like Far Cry Predator instincts and making something new? And you're just another dude taking out the villain again. Anyway, to my point, there are plenty of things that developers do.
Wow, way to spoil every single Far Cry game for me.
Damn it! Now no one can play
you.
Far Cry game.
Well, now correct yourself. 1 and 2 wasn't as bad. They were even totally the different direction. They were just a shit show.
But that's what I want.
No one talks about 1 and 2.
Well, that's
because they weren't good until 3.
People talked about 2's online mode. That's about it.
Even though Crysis was inspired by Far Cry 1, I think, or 2.
Yeah, it was. It was 2.
But anyway, I digress.
Well, I want the Jack Carver, who, by the way, is the main villain in Far Cry 2. That's a canon, apparently. Who was like, he had the superpowers. He was like the animal powers. I want something like that again in a Far Cry game. Far Cry Primal is my favorite besides 5. Like, Far Cry Primal and 5 are my 2. I love those 2 games. They're so good. But my point is that it does make sense for them to sort of test the water with the engines that they have and the systems that actually work, because with people like us, we have our ear to the ground, we have our noses in the water, we have our toes in the sand. I don't know if any of those work, but we are not the casuals out here seeing everything, seeing all the internal stuff. When someone sees an Assassin's Creed game that has a Viking on it, they're not going to think, oh, it doesn't say Assassin's Creed 4 on it, it just says Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That could be their very first, that could be their entry level. And I think that a lot of companies
most terrible low entry.
Sorry?
The most terrible entry.
All right, so let's see. I think Discord's fucking up again.
There's a pest or something in here. No, I get that if people don't like Valhalla. I could understand it.
It's a great Viking game. It's not the best Assassin's Creed game. I think if it was
so, it's kind of like the same scenario with Far Cry. Origins and Odyssey, right? You play them and then you come to Valhalla. You've already put 100 hours into Origins. You've put 100+ hours into freaking Odyssey, and now you're like, oh, this again. And that's where people, I think, tend to. Why they say Valhalla is not that it's bad. It's just they've done this already, and they're like, we need something different. This is why we're getting Mirage. This is the whole reason Mirage is coming out. We're getting the old school way. The people that love the Assassin's Creed, lore, or 1 through like 5 or whatever the hell, Unity and Syndicate or whatever. It changes the fact that people hate Valhalla because of that. Because I've already put 200 hours into these other 2 games. I don't want to do this again, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. I bought it. I literally just bought the Ragnarok DLC literally 3 weeks ago for $18, and I even told myself I don't want to start this because when I hit the A button on this, I know where I got to go on this. I know that I got to play for 200 fucking hours almost, it feels like. You know what I'm saying? It feels like a drag. And like DeMarco says, you guys know that I work 12 plus hours a day. Everybody knows Monday through Friday that I work a shit ton. And then I have a child. Then I can't do it like I used to. So I have to just kind of bare minimum where I want to play my games. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla gets pushed to the side because of that. So it's another reason,
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
just
so these it comes back to these big budget games, are they sustainable? And I don't think so. I mean, they are. There's always going to be room for your Last of Us style super high production blockbuster movie-esque quality. That's always going to be a thing. There's always going to be a market for those types of games, and I'm part of that market, and I'm happy, and I want to see those types of experiences continue. But I also think that not every studio should be striving for that. So when people start comparing, you get into the console war stuff, PlayStation versus Xbox, and everyone's saying, well, Xbox needs their Uncharted and Xbox needs their Last of Us. Yeah, it's fine if they have a studio that does those things, but we can't have every single game dominant. And likewise with open world games, because open world games take up that budget for a different reason, because they need to fill those worlds with so much content. I don't think every game needs to be an open world game. I think you have your smaller spaces, that's fine. There's room for all of it.
Yeah, and I think it's time for Assassin to tell us why we're all wrong.
Wrong about what specifically? The open world style or
No,
what?
so
All of it.
Yeah, just everything. I think really that this is the importance of indie games and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because I was saying earlier when I brought up A Plague Tale and Evil West, what I will say, if people want to experience indie games or AA games, then these newer publishers, like I was talking about before, Focus and Annapurna are the ones to go with. Those are the games that were published by them, and those are the ones that are supported the most by them. And, you got Devolver Digital, you got Kepler Interactive, who did Scorn. There's a few others out there that you can keep an eye on. But, see, the thing with the new studios popping up, they will always tell you on their websites or in their opening statements, hey, we're making a game that's special to me. It's not going to be a big project. Or some of them will say, I remember Ascendance, they said that they were a AAA studio focusing on AAA games, which is what Immortals of Avium is, but it's still independent and it's not being pressured to be a system seller, right? Or it's not pressured to be a big franchise for Electronic Arts. That's not the goal of it. Because Brett Robbins himself, he said he was working on Call of Duty and he couldn't stop thinking of, well, what if this helicopter was a dragon instead? What if these soldiers were battle mages instead? So he left Sledgehammer, or whatever Call of Duty studio he was at. He left that studio. He went on to make Ascendance. And ironically, DeMarco, you said some studios, they don't want to do 5-6 year development cycles. Well, ironically, they were working on Immortals by the time it comes out, they've been working on it for 6 years, so maybe that wasn't the best studio to point out, but I get your point. Not every game has to be 100 hours. Not every game has to be, fully bloated with a ton of side quests. Because, Red, I joke about how after Origins, it focuses too much on the fantasy side, but that's not the only thing that I dislike about it, and Mac kind of pointed it out earlier. It's the fact that Ubisoft, after Origins, they focus too much on the bloated side of things. Go liberate this outpost, or go assassinate this target who you have nothing to do with. The thing is, with the Assassin's Creed franchise before Origins, is that each one, whether you like it or not, it was different. Assassin's Creed, in a way, was kind of like Final Fantasy, with a different protagonist that was interesting. And more people focus more on the main storyline in those games, right? Because, with Black Flag, you have this greedy pirates turned assassin who learns the values of putting others before himself, and that's why Black Flag is so beloved by fans. Then you got Rogue, where you play as the assassin turned Templar, because Shay's story was interesting. You wanted to keep playing the main story to learn more about him. and why he turned against the Assassins, and the same goes for Unity, for Syndicate, and all the Ezio games, and even the first game, which was interesting because that was supposed to be a Prince of Persia game, but Ubisoft said, screw it, we're going to do something different. And it came out great, and Assassin's Creed is my favorite franchise of all time. Like, no other franchise can come close to that for me because Ubisoft focused on the characters and the story more than the bloated side quests that they're known for today. So when you ask me about indie games or AA games and what I think their role in the industry is that they are important. We need those type of games. Those games are still beloved by so many people. And if you discount the AAA games that we're all excited for, like Starfield and Spider-Man, there's going to be a lot more people that are more interested in Lies of P, or, you know, smaller games like that, or Lords of the Fallen, or something else entirely. It's just, as long as the AA games and indie games develop good, high quality, then they'll always have a place here.
Very well said. Yeah, you kind of knocked it out of the water there. Yeah, it's just the way that it goes. Like, I think if you look at like the film industry right now, the way that it has been for a long time, a lot of it is very formulaic, because it's been happening for a much longer time. The way that movies are made in terms of what's step one and what is step two, what is step three. You do have your technicalities when it comes to like reshoots and stuff like that, but typically a movie gets filmed and it's out in 2 years, you know, like maximum, or at least like your big budget movies, you know, a year and a half and then it's out in 2 years. But that's because it's real life and you're not creating Chris Hemsworth in in Marvel, in Avengers or whatever, you know. You're not literally building these assets. So a lot of things are going to take a lot longer with video games. And shout out to everyone in chat. And again, I'm so sorry about earlier with the chat, or excuse me, the stream falling apart. That was shit. And if you guys could like, and if you're new here, subscribe. That'd be great. And share this out. If you're on Twitter, retweet our tweet. Retweet our tweet. That'd be great. Just share it out if you can. Shout out to let's see, I don't know how many people are here exactly, but Monad, Timmy, Arcane, Knight is here. Charlie Hustle just jumped in. What's up, Charlie? Panda just now jumped in, and she says, at work, dropping in to say hi and offer my support, but I can't stay for long. That's fine, Panda. Thank you so much for being here, though. I really, really appreciate you. So thank you all so much for being here. It really, really means a lot. The channel has grown very much in the past 2 weeks. So I've been trying to fill in the gaps with content, which will be very regular moving forward. So if you like it, and share it out, and I'll continue to do that for you. So very, very excited for the future. And I could not have done it without the support of everyone here on the panel especially, and everyone that I've met along the way. And it's just been... I could not be more thankful. And I'm going to start crying if I keep talking. But anyway, I'm not kidding. Thank you. So anyway, let's move on, because we're going to get stuck on this. The bigger budgets, leave that to the just ones, as Cognito would say. Lord Cognito. You know, the big ones. The big ones. They can come around every now and then, and we can get Immortals of Avium, Plague Tales, and Vampire Survivors every now and then, you know. So we are going to talk about what happened with the ABK. So if anyone is not tired of hearing about that, we will touch on that. But I did want to get to... we can sort of bundle this topic into one and sort of just touch on each of them. So EA has announced a new studio. Cliffhanger Games is working on a Black Panther game. And now this was actually rumored a while back. It is now confirmed. It is real, and it is Cliffhanger Games that is working on it. Also, Respawn and Asobo are hiring. So, a new Star Wars Jedi game sequel, which is That was obvious. That game is so AAA.
Yeah, have you seen people treating it like it's this breaking news? Jedi Survivor is getting a third entry in the series, and literally the entire time, anytime it's been brought up, it's always been brought up. At least with Jedi Fallen or Jedi Survivor, it's been brought up that this is meant to be a trilogy. It's going to be a trilogy. It's meant to be a trilogy, like every single time. But anyway, just saying, it's just I hate that part about the news cycle.
I can't believe it's like you didn't play it then. That's why you can't believe. So Respawn.
Well, they even said it at the beginning of the series that they were gonna make 3 if it did well. Yeah, if it did well, and
it did well.
I mean, it did damn
the
well.
first one did amazing. The second one did better, and they're both amazing games. So
the fact that Respawn keeps pushing against EA's corporate lie of, single player games don't have a place in this industry anymore, and then Jedi Fallen Order comes out, Dead Space Remake comes out, and Jedi Survivor come out, and everyone's saying, "You really think so, huh?" Yeah, no. Star Wars Jedi, like those games, I could tell immediately from the first game it was going to be a trilogy. After finishing the first one, I could tell. Like, have you guys ever played like a new game and a new franchise, and you automatically know, there's going to be this is at least going to be a trilogy. Like, I felt that the first time I finished Jedi Fallen Order after it got spoiled for me.
So no, we're not gonna get into spoilers, but I'll talk to you behind the scenes about that spoiler. No, I can't.
You can't. You can't.
I can't. No, because I can't. All right. So anyway, so EA's working on a Black Panther game. Respawn is hiring for their Jedi Survivor sequel to finish out the trilogy, and then also Asobo, the developers for Flight Simulator, and of course my game of the year for last year, which was a Plague Tale. Plague Tale 3 is apparently in development now. So we got Black Panther, Jedi 3, and Plague Tale 3 coming out. What do you guys now? You know what, Mac? I know you want to talk about Black Panther so bad. I can see it in your face. I can smell it on you.
I literally talked about it with you last night for a few.
I know. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. So you go. What are you excited about? What do you want to see in this Black Panther game? Do you want to create your own character? You want to whitewash the series?
I mean, no. They could just bring the basic Black Panther. They don't. Whoa. You don't want to say that. Don't say that with me either. Sorry, it will come true. Don't say. No.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah, no, they would not.
We literally talked about it last night. No, but we literally talked about it last night. I literally said that this is Marvel's Batman. Black Panther. I know we kind of briefed on his powers and stuff like that. We understand Batman's just a billionaire, but like they fight similar. They use their hands. They move quick. They're
sneaky.
They're just the way they are. They're
gadgeteers.
Yeah, there you go. They're
gadgeteers.
I had the gadget in my head. I just didn't get the tier. But
fake human physiques.
They anyway. That was weird, Assassin. You caught me off guard with that. That's why I was like, what the?
He's like, they're both hot.
Play the same. I think this is where DC and Marvel can mesh, like where their gameplay. I think if we can get like a Batman style Black Panther with the way the movement system is in Batman, like let's just say 20, I think it would work well. I think now the thing is the story. We got to figure out where the story goes. How do they, put more than one bad guy into this? Do they bring Killmonger, which they have to, in my personal opinion? I mean, he's literally one of the big and notorious, and that's going to set up a lot in the game. It could be. So, like, it could be a little bit of thing, but I think right now this is a big game for me. And now we're going to lose chat again because Red's dead. That was the damn chat shit. I just can't wait. I love Black Panther the movie, not the second one. I don't really care for the second one as much. They did do something in that I liked a little bit, but they played me like an asshole. Like I got Uno reverse card on them. And I can't wait. I just hope they do really good. Like I said, I want the Batman feel with this Black Panther game. I think it would be perfect. Don't ask me how. Like I don't know how they developed that. Clearly, I'm not a developer. But I want that. I want that where you do the counters and stuff like that. Just hope it ain't like they might see. I don't know. That's weird. They might kind of go the Spider-Man route though too. Where
so apparently there's actually Shadow of Mordor or Shadow War developers
there you
working
go.
on it too.
I like. Oh, see, I didn't know
So-
that. That makes sense then.
There you
because
go.
Which is
they're kind of similar.
like the
There's-
Arkham.
they're similar to each other. So
That's
in their own
awesome.
ways. I mean, they're Assassin's Creed, Batman similarity. So that's
To add on to that, it's not just ex Shadow of Mordor developers, but developers from Halo Infinite and God of War Ragnarok are also part of the team.
I did see the Halo
Whoa.
Infinite thing. I didn't see the God of War one. So yeah, I mean, I like EA to a point. I mean, as long as they don't got microtransactions, which if it's a single player game, I
Single
hope
player,
not. You know, like I guess pay $10,000 to get your character to max level off rip. So
Yeah, exactly. Now,
but-
I would you see? I remember the leaks from a long time ago saying that what's going to happen is that the game starts as you playing as the Black Panther. It just starts right off the bat. It just throws you right in, and then you die at the end of it, and you are playing as the new Black Panther, picking up the mantle. That's what the leaks were a while back, and that's where people got the Patreon character. Or no, like you choose between a male or female type of situation, something like that.
Well, I think that would, on a sales point of view, let's look at female point of view. I mean, if you can make a female Black Panther, spoilers, if you haven't watched Black Panther, that's been out for 5 months now, I'm ruining it for you. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a female Black Panther. Oh my God, I ruined the Marvel movie. Let's all kill Mac.
No.
Well, there's a freaking Black Panther female. I think from a sales point of view, if you want a female to play this game, that is where you go. You bring the female in. Do I care? I don't give a shit if it's female or male. It could be just a main female protagonism. I don't give a shit. But to me, that would work well for sales point of view to get a female. Oh wow, I can play as a female Black Panther. Hell yeah, I want to try this game out. I like Black Panther anyway.
Do you think that they're losing some of the selling value of it if that rumor does turn out to be true? Because you have obviously Peter Parker Spider-Man, you have Logan Wolverine, you had all of the traditional, and I know that the Avengers game isn't the best game to look at because of how it did, but you had all the classic characters in that as well. And those names were the selling point, especially now that the MCU, as we know it, is sort of gone. But in games, they could bring it back. So you could still play as T'Challa. And you could still play as, Peter Parker is still doing Spider-Man movies. But you could still have an Iron Man game, which is also supposedly coming.
Yeah.
With Tony Stark. So do you think that if they turn out and they go, hey, here's T'Challa for 5 minutes. Oh, he's dead. Now you play as your own guy. Do you think that has the same pulling value as a game in the Marvel universe? Which is
Would be in pretty bad taste, considering Chadwick Boseman's passing. That would be in pretty bad taste.
That's where I want to know. That's what I want to say. As long as they don't clarify, that's why it's tough. Like, where maybe they might be just better off just to start off as a new one and not add that because of Chadwick's death. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Let's just ignore that part, right? Let's just ignore that part. But playing as a different character.
It's in people's heads. That's the thing about it. That outside of the Marvel, people that play Marvel games or play Spider-Man or people have known this why we don't have the Black Panther. You know this, so it's like it's a mind thing in your head. You think about it. I mean, literally, I sat there and when I watched the second movie, and the whole time I thought was, wow, I really wish Chad was here because he was the Black Panther I always wanted as a Black Panther. So in my mind, I'm thinking like that. So it'd be the same as a video game. If I'm playing a video game, I'm going to think of Chad why I'm playing that video game. Just like anything, when like when Kobe passed away, or you think of sports when you think of basketball, and you think of when you see a certain number, you see something, you think of Kobe. It's kind of like the same scenario. We're going to get that no matter what because it's got Black Panther's name on it. They just need to. It's tough because you beat one, you do one thing, it's going to be wrong. If you don't show your support to him, it's wrong too. So it's like, where do you put yourself? I think you show the support, you leave it at that, and say just do that, because I mean, you're not saying, hey, we're sorry that Chadwick passed away, but this is for Chadwick kind of situation. Maybe something like that. Because clearly you see what they did. They didn't want to make a Black Panther 2, and it took them 5 more years to make another one because of that, or 4 more years, excuse me. So I don't know. It's tough. It's a very tough situation when it comes to people's mindset when it comes to a video game. So,
well, so the thing. So I put a poll up in chat, and let me take away the pinned message from Arcane going to the
Arcane, did you wash your ass twice?
Did you wash your ass, Arcane?
Okay, I'm not. If y'all think I'm playing on my video game, I'm not. I'm just updating my AUG ally. So don't think I'm playing on my video game. So I look down.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
ROG ally.
There you go.
With an R. With an R.
I think a lot of people. Why did you pin my shower message?
That's why I laughed.
Know that you're clean, baby. Hey, wash your balls. This episode.
One
is
thing we do
sponsored
know
by
is Arcane takes a shower. What?
There we go.
And shampoo. Sorry.
Yes. Do you want shiny balls? So
Arcane.
I think that what the Marvel games have been doing well lately. Okay, let me preface all this by saying canon and attaching worlds together can be a good thing, but it's also you backing yourself into a corner narratively. It sucks. It's what's happened with Star Wars, unfortunately, which we're still getting some good Star Wars stuff, but if the same Black Panther from Marvel's Avengers is that same narrative, then well, we're sort of stuck to Black Panther. But you know where I'm going with this, DeMarco?
Yeah, I just wonder if not even like Chadwick Boseman, not even his likeness, but just T'Challa as a character for any comic fans, because I think what really helped, and I know that I can't say that I'm familiar with stuff older than Marvel. My knowledge of Marvel realistically began with the MCU, right? So as with most people. So I'm not even talking about the likeness or the voice of anything with Chadwick Boseman, but I can say with Arkham, the Arkham games, right, as a comic book game, something that had a real draw was that you had Kevin Conroy playing Batman, and that was huge because the Batman animated series guy is doing this, and of course he's just the iconic voice.
Yes.
So, but I wouldn't want to play if you were kicking off a game in the Batman universe. I wouldn't want to start it by playing as Terry McGinnis as Batman Beyond, or I wouldn't want to start playing a Batman game playing as Robin. I want to start playing as Bruce Wayne Batman. So with Black Panther, if they're like, no, you're playing your own Black Panther, and it's not T'Challa, but that's the character everyone knows. Isolated from Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa is the character that people know as Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I kind of go. And then on top of that, it's when you do get the Logan Wolf, like I said before, you get the Logan Wolverine, the Peter Parker Spider-Man. So you get the original names as the alter egos, the identities of these characters. I think that has influence. That's what I would want to see, personally.
Assassin, do you have any interest in a Black Panther game, and why is T'Challa better than Terry McGinnis?
Stop. Black Panther is not better than Terry McGinnis. I'm just saying, because, well, I like the neo-punk aspect of Terry McGinnis' Batman. And as far as being excited for the Black Panther game, I am, but at the same time, it's a new studio that hasn't really made a game before. So I do have a little bit of worry there. And ironically, this is the second Marvel game being developed under Electronic Arts. We're getting Black Panther from this new studio, and then we're getting Iron Man from Motive, who just released Dead Space. And if you play the Zero-G sections of Dead Space, you know that Motive can actually they can perfect the flying mechanics for Iron Man. You just know that after playing it today. But Black Panther. All I'm really gonna say is I'm excited about it. I'm curious to see what this team will make of it. But as far as it being T'Challa or not, as long as it makes sense narratively, then it doesn't really matter. I don't think this Black Panther game is going to be like an RPG where you make your own Black Panther. If anything, if it's not T'Challa, it'll probably just be his dad, King T'Chaka. Because after this, I was reminded not only do we have this Black Panther game coming, but we also have the Skydance Media game from Amy Hennig, the Black Panther Captain America game as well, where you play as 4 characters instead of just the 2. I don't know. Like, this is a game. This is one of those games where I have to see it to understand whether I will support it or not, if that makes sense. But I don't think they're going to just throw away how important T'Challa is to the Black Panther mythos just like that. Although, to Mac's point, where Killmonger has to be a part of the game, I would argue that maybe they may save him for later, given how popular that character is, and maybe introduce, like, maybe Claw or Manape instead, given that technically Claw is Black Panther's archenemy, not Killmonger, but I don't know, they could pull in some other villains that may not have ties to Black Panther into the game as well. It just depends what the studio wants to do with the character and where they want to start him out with, whether it's T'Challa or T'Chaka, or maybe, who knows, they may even go like thousands of years before the events of where the Avengers timeline is, and maybe it could be the very first Black Panther that was teased in the MCU film, for all we know. We just don't know. But this is one of those games where we have to see. We need to see the game, basically, is what I'm just trying to say. That's my take on it, at least.
All right, and so let's just move on from that. I think it's very exciting. We're getting another Marvel game. Hopefully this one is good. I'm kidding, but
If it's not, you got Insomniac to save everything.
sorry, there's something weird happening inside my. Exactly.
Yeah, can we get a Captain America from
to
this
spoil
game?
everything in their
I mean, Insomniac
very
proved they
distracted
could do
because I don't know what the fuck is going on with the stream, and so I'm really sorry to everyone. We might just go for a last topic and cut it short here. So, so we can all safely say we're all very excited for a Jedi sequel. So that's really cool. And Plague Tale. Am I the only one that finished Plague Tale Requiem?
I think
Yes.
so.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Well, good.
No game
So
of the
there
year
goes
here, buddy.
Yeah, so there you go. A bunch of fun stuff coming. So look, let's just talk about the ABK thing. It happened today. It's a thing. It's official. They actually are talking to the CMA now. Surprisingly, how the CMA turned around and said, "We don't really care that much." And then as soon as the deal goes through, they're like, "Well, listen, we're willing to negotiate and talk about what's the word, divestitures, and talk about and just talk about things that maybe a little bit of the regulatory side of what can be accepted now that we lost and we got screwed and we're stupid." We're idiots. God, what the craziest bit of... I mean, this has been insane for 2 years. Has it been 2 years now? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Close, about a year and a half, almost 2.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
anyway.
18 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
crazy. So,
Almost 18 months exactly, actually, ironically.
well, good. I'm glad it's over. So,
Not yet.
I don't feel. Let's talk about the fun side about this, because I don't feel that it's necessary to get into the politics of it. It's just boring. We already know the judge is, in my opinion, from what I've seen, the most knowledgeable when it came to. She knew what she was talking about when it came to video games and like the industry. It wasn't like asking a bunch of stupid questions like the FTC and the CMA had been doing for a very, very long time. So far as thinking that Microsoft was the juggernaut in the gaming industry when this whole thing started. They're not at all. It's PlayStation. But look, the deal's over, so we can all shut the hell up, which no one's going to shut up. Things are only going to get worse from here. On Twitter, that is. So let's talk about the fun stuff. What would you all like to see come out of this? I know we're going to talk about backwards compatibility. I personally want to see them old Spider-Man games come back from Activision. Come to Xbox, baby. So, DeMarco, do you have any sort of love, any nostalgia for any old school Blizzard or Activision games?
Blizzard, not so much. I mean, Diablo 2 was really kind of my first and most played Blizzard game, honestly. I guess you could argue I did a tiny bit of well, that's not true. I did quite a bit of Overwatch when that was Overwatch 1. I didn't do Overwatch 2 at all because it was terrible. So Blizzard doesn't really have that high of a special place in my heart. Activision, same kind of deal. You know, Activision was always just the Call of Duty team to me, if I'm being honest. Nothing really more. And so, to me, are we talking about our thoughts on the deal or just Activision, Blizzard as companies?
All of it.
But
All of it.
yes, everything. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually there's a thing that Jesse Cox said on Twitter. If you don't know who he is, I don't really either. He popped up on my timeline, but he sent out his thoughts on it, which is he just asked, can someone explain like I'm 5 how the Microsoft acquisition of ABK is a deal, quote, a deal that benefits gamers and allows more competition. How does fewer and fewer companies owning more and more do this? What is the benefit to the gamer? And I think that's sort of where my head's at. Everyone's kind of treating this like it's saving Activision and it's saving Blizzard. And now, mind you, obviously, Blizzard and Activision are kind of becoming companies that haven't really done that great things. And everyone wants to see, like, Activision return and Call of Duty be great again, and they want to see Blizzard be good again, because I don't remember the last good, I mean Diablo 4, but that's that's an anomaly, right? That's not the norm. So everyone wants to see them come back and be the juggernaut and titans that they were. You know, I would obviously I want the same thing, but I do have to agree. There is that concern that I have. Well, why do, you know, it's great Call of Duty's on Game Pass, or probably will be on Game Pass. That's awesome. You know, you can play any future Call of Duty probably on Game Pass as well. Cool, great. That's awesome. I'm all for that. But conglomeration scares me. It does.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and this goes back to how you and I both feel about the exclusivity market in general. I think it's just bad, and unfortunately, this is the route that Microsoft had to take. They tried to do inclusivity with Game Pass, and of course, it's doing very, very well. But then in the exclusive market, it's not bringing anyone to the platform. As for like, no one's going out and buying a console for Halo, unfortunately, and so they went for a different route, and they've been very open about their strategy with this acquisition, and it is definitely geared towards more what's going to make us more money. And when we make more money, King, by the way, when we make more money with King, then we can have even more funding to make better games. And they own so many IP under this umbrella that they just acquired. It's crazy how many IP. And everyone's screaming about Prototype right now, and I am so about that. Reboot Prototype, oh my god.
It kills me because I've been playing Prototype literally. Red, you and Assassin both know that I literally have been playing Prototype before this deal even. That's what I've been playing, which is kind of weird how this gets brought up and everybody all of a sudden within the last week talks about it. And I've been playing it for about 3 weeks now. I stopped playing Prototype 1 because I didn't need to do it, so I got the Prototype 2 because it's so much better because, years later, the game's better. I can't stand it now. All of a sudden everybody's talking about Prototype. I beat this game 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever the hell it is, man. It's been so long, so love this. This is what they think Spider-Man's going to be like. So
that's what I was going to say. Prototype could be Xbox's answer to Spider-Man and exclusivity. But back to the exclusivity, unfortunately, this is just what it's come to. So when it comes to being excited about, everything's going to come to PC, which is the bright side to whatever Xbox puts out. It's going to come day one to PC, so that's good. But again, what we can be excited about is more or less the old stuff coming. So old Spider-Man games, that kind of thing. Assassin, do you have any? Are you excited about what's to come and out of this deal? What's the first thing that pops into your head?
First thing that pops out of my head. The potential of bringing back dormant IPs that Activision has been putting under the rug or putting back on the shelf that they haven't touched in years. and the potential that these studios that have been part of the Call of Duty machine now finally being free to do their own thing. Because you mentioned Prototype, people mentioned Hexen today, some people mentioned Tony Hawk's Pro Skater could possibly return as well. Some people also mentioned that maybe future games like Blizzard's Project Odyssey, the prehistoric survival game, may not